Well, I'm back to working on the door fit, and I gave up last spring on it. I was trying to do it by myself, and what I ended up doing, I couldn't get this hinge far enough in, so what I did was loosen everything up, and I was able to get a pry bar up in there to shove the hinge in all the way and get it tightened up, and that brought this gap right where it was originally, right there. I looked at my old photos. So that's a pretty darn good fit right there. A couple other issues I had. As you can see, this is the way they built them. Most of them, every one I see has got a wide gap at the top, and I don't know if I'm going to even do anything about that. But the rocker's fitting pretty good to the body. This gap here is the way it looked when I took it apart. The fender's still loose, but it looks like I can achieve a nice gap on my fender, my rocker panel, and use this magnet to hold everything straight. And it looks like I got a pretty decent gap, and I got it pretty close to being where I need it as far as the evenness from the door and the quarter panel. Of course, if you look at the door, you can see all the low spots and everything, so that's going to need a pretty heavy skim coat on that door. It actually looked perfect until I primed it and blocked it a little bit, so pretty deceiving until you get it down to the basics here. But well, I like the door fit. It's the best I've had it fit yet, and I went ahead and permanently tightened the upper and lower hinge to the body, because I don't think I'd need to change that again. And one thing I'm going to do, this door will have to come off again, obviously do some body work, so I drilled some pilot holes if I can stick a piece of drill rod in there. And that way I can line up the door pretty darn close before, making the final adjustment. At least I won't be fighting because there's a lot of adjustment on both of these here. So I drilled a couple of holes. I use this piece of drill rod that fits real tight in the holes there. So at least to give me a starting point and to make any minor adjustments. And I'm sure I will, because once you get all the glass and the mechanisms, and that door is going to double its weight. So there will be some minor adjustment that needs to be made. So, but other than that, the door is fitting pretty nice. And I've got some nice, pretty nice seams. The only thing I realized is when I had this rocker installed years ago, I had the fender on it when I did it, and he didn't finish the end of the rocker here. So the fender's got to come off. I got a little welding to do there before I finalize it. And other than that, I would say that that door is starting to fit pretty nice.